Yo, check this out.
Read my lips. A game of chess.
For our process, we designed style frames, then we made storyboards, and then we built an animatic, which is just a timeline and editing program to help us find our pace and rhythm. Then we assigned sections for each one of our animators to work on. Initially, we used clips from the old Wu-Tang films in our edit, and they worked so well. But we were unable to license the material, so we decided to reshoot in our studio. And action.
The black magic is great. It's small, it's light, it's maneuverable. The image quality is incredibly good. It's pretty good in low light. In this case, we shot on the 4K. You can work very small. It's a great camera for people like us.
We cast one of our animators as the Kung Fu star. You're a professional actor? We had 24 hours to design the costume for our character. So I just raided my parents' house for all the old stuff I had growing up. And I have like this kimono that my grandpa had. This was like my Shonuff costume from a few years back.
Shogun of Harlem.
Where am I?
Yeah.
Top of the world.
This is what it feels like on your wedding day. The transformation of June Park. To transform him into the wisdom character, we needed a wardrobe, we needed leather straps that crisscrossed around his chest. We exported still frames into the Face Swap app. Then we re-imported each frame and built it into our composite, which consisted of removing his hair, color grading the material, treating the footage, and recompositing everything together so that it all felt perfect. So it's Sunday at around noon. We got an email today that says, just a heads up, we would like to set up a call today to discuss an option of doing a 20-second main title. The sequence right now is 1 minute and 30. So we're gonna stay cool, we're gonna be chill, we're gonna trust, and we're gonna still make it great.
The Wu is the way, the Tang is the slang, the clan represents the family, man. We call it a sword style because we are lyrical assassins. We utilize our tongues against guns. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but a lot of people think that, you know what I'm saying, like you said, think we on some karate fighting or whatever. We ain't on it like that. We just flip flows with lyrics that chop. Dealing with loyalty, love and trust, honor, brotherhood, you know, so that's the only thing we really carrying out.
You're still working? You know, I've worked with interior designers and architects before, and the term they use is like piecing it together. You just gotta start to piece together, and then once some things start to work, then you build out from there. And I think for me, as a designer, when I'm making storyboards or trying to like break a concept, all I have to create is one frame that works, and then I have to create a family for that frame. The job had an extremely compressed timeline, so our goal was first to build an animatic, and then say, okay, if we do everything in this order, how are we gonna build these in-between frames to transition from scene to scene? One of the challenges on this job was that, you know, we really wanted to use the Kung Fu films, the ones that were being sampled in all the Wu-Tang records. Since we couldn't clear the rights to those films, we worked really, really hard to get creative and come up with a way to recreate footage that felt authentic and really captured that feeling that those old Kung Fu films had. For instance, you know, like a flying guillotine. Ian found some sort of meditation bowl, and then he put a circular saw blade on it. He paired all these different 3D models together to create our flying guillotine. We wanted it to have that quirky, weird wobble because it was probably shot stop motion back then. So we, you know, recreated that frame rate and that really like that goofy, hokey, lo-fi feel. And I think it was something that came out really well. One of our goals was to create a sequence that every time you watched it, you discovered something else, to layer it in a way and to put enough in there that not to overstimulate, but that something could be discovered each time you watched it. And so my hope is that you feel that and you get to experience them in a new way.